Hey, I'm Paul Vogt, the creator of the PVX guitar and guitar kit. We're thrilled to have the kit available for sale on the internet and already starting to get some great project pictures back from customers around the country who have completed their projects. In fact, this is a kit that was put together by Luthier here in Huntersville, North Carolina. It's a beautiful tobacco burst with chrome hardware, rosewood fretboard. One of the things we can do here on the website is create helpful videos to get some of the project details done. One of the questions we get is how to do the fretboard inlays and how do you get the white side dots installed in order to get a beautiful professional finish. Well, it turns out it's not that hard, and that's what we're going to do, is show you how to get that done. So let's get started. So let's talk about the materials that we need. First of all, you need your guitar neck, obviously. This is a PVX guitar neck with rosewood fretboard. You'll need the material that we'll use for the side dots. So this material just comes from the hobby store. It happens to be called strip styrene. It's really just plastic rod stock. Looks like this. The package is marked 80 thousandths rod, 080 rod. It's also marked 2 millimeter. That's 2 millimeter white plastic rod. We also are going to need some super glue. This is it's a thin super glue as opposed to a medium or a thick. You need to have a decent drill and a set of drill bits. Lastly, once we get the dots installed, we'll be clipping them off flush with this cutter. So let's get started. To make sure you've got the right drill bit, remember that our plastic rod stock is 80 thousandths of an inch. I've got a pretty complete drill set here, and it turns out that the 5/64 bit is the closest. It measures about 74 thousandths versus our 80 thousandths hole. So when I drill my hole, I'll have to just wallow it out just a little bit in order to get the hole a little oversized so that that bar stock or rod stock will slide right in the hole. Before we start drilling holes in the guitar, let's make sure we got everything right. Let's do a test hole and make sure that we've got the right drill bit and everything's going to go perfect. Okay? Okay, so having drilled the hole about 1/4 of an inch deep, all we have to do is test the fit of the rod stock in the hole. And there it fits like a glove. Beautiful. And it'll just be cut off like that. And you'll see that's about all there is to it. So the next thing to do is to mark the holes. What I've done is I've laid some masking tape on the side of the rosewood fretboard, and I've measured over from the frets to find the exact center line. And I've made a mark to give me the center line of the 3rd fret for my first marker. So the next step is to simply take a sharp object and mark that hole right where that dot's going to go, just so that the drill bit isn't going to wander on you. So there we have a mark and a little center punch, if you will, and we'll drill a hole. I'm only going to drill it about 1/4 of an inch deep, and this is not critical, but we don't want to go nuts and drill it way too deep. So here we go. Just make sure that we're in good position. Drill the hole. So a lot of people get really nervous about this kind of stuff, but you can see it's really pretty easy. We'll just peel the tape off. We've got our hole. You see that okay? So next step is we're just going to put a drop of super glue in and bond the plastic rod into the hole. When we do this, we're not going to worry too much about making a mess because this is going to be sanded anyway. So there's some super glue. And there is the rod in the hole. So I had a little extra super glue on there. We'll just wipe that off of there. Next step is take a cutter. Don't have to get too picky about this, but cut it, leave it a little high, cut it off. That's that. Next we're going to just trim it off with some sandpaper. Now I've let the super glue set for a minute or two, and I'm just going to sand it down flush and we'll be about done. This is some 400 grit sandpaper, but it's not that critical. Just don't overdo it. We'll be doing more finish sanding later. So I'll just kind of knock off the high spot. Is all there is to it. Like I said, this is something a lot of people get nervous about, but as you can see, it's really not that hard, and it looks awesome. So we hope that you'll find this video really helpful, and if you're considering a project, we hope that you'll think about the PVX kit. I think you'll have great results.